r/ask Reddit. What is an instant turn off? When they are actively dumb and not intellectually curious. I prefer the term willfully stupid. Yes, I was about to comment on this. My mom, whenever I play stupid on purpose, would always call me out. Stop being willfully ignorant. You're doing it on purpose. And I'd have to knock it off. My cousin is the same way to this day and pisses me off to no end. Saying they hate certain people then going out of their way to be around them. Can't hate certain people. Gotta hate everyone. Keep it equal. Before he was cremated, my dad used to say, duck 'em all except for 6. You'll need 'em for pallbearers. Littering. Littering says, F you everyone else and the environment. Reminds me of the times I've seen people straight up throw semi-full water bottles out their car windows while commuting to work. Just drink the rest and find a recycling bin. Edit. I considered that it could be urine, but that's awful too. Mistreating people or animals you have power over. We won't have a second date if on the first date you are rude to the waitstaff unless they were rude to you first. You can tell a lot about someone from how they act when in a position of relative power, even if it is completely petty. I'd say especially if it's petty. I've worked in customer facing jobs for my entire adult life. Every time I've been called a moron or talked down to, it's over something insanely small with a 2-second remedy. Bad hygiene. I've seen this question like 5-6 times now. Bad hygiene is always top comment XD. I've heard people say that there is no such thing as bad sex. Those people should thank their past partners for cleaning up properly. Being a Reddit mod. Isn't this just saying bad hygiene in a different way? Can confirm. I'm a Reddit mod. Superiority complex. I hate that apartment building. They're so bossy. I have an irrational fear of confusing apartment building layouts. A complex. They come to me for emotional support but aren't there for me when I need it. That is when they get turned off by me and I realize that their view of me is just a fantasy they made in their minds and not actually who I am. Took me a sad 22 years to realize this was my relationship with my ex-best friend. My mom got a bad cancer diagnosis when I was 18 and I really needed support. She said it was too much for her to talk about because she was in between relationships at the time, aka cheating on her BF basically, and wanted to talk about that. I dropped her. She tried to make amends one time after that, probably because she realized she had nobody to dump on, but went right back to old habits and I just stopped speaking to her again. She showed up to my mom's wake to say sorry that sucks basically and we never spoke again. She tried to make amends one time after that, probably because she realized she had nobody to dump on, but went right back to old habits and I just stopped speaking to her again. My fear is that the problematic person in my life won't learn, and will just end up doing this if she stops talking to me. Referring to himself as daddy like daddy's hungry makes me want to cry and laugh at the same time. How about, father is famished? Warrior needs food. I don't talk much prefer to listen, but if I do talk and someone interrupts me without a good reason I pretty much turn off. Or they talk about something for a while and you're listening and being supportive, then afterwards you talk about something that is bothering you and they switch subjects, just completely ignoring you because it's not about them anymore. My husband and I have a friend who does this. We love his wife, but he is just insufferable and so narcissistic. I don't know how she puts up with it. Edit. Because this got some traction and I would feel terrible if he found it somehow. I feel like I should elaborate. I think he has a good deal of social anxiety, and he was put down really badly for a long time by his previous long-term relationship, to the point of verbal emotional abuse. His parents are also kind of shitty to him, always comparing him to his more successful siblings. I think this behavior is his way of coming back from that and regaining his confidence. I have a lot of empathy for that, but it is very difficult to be around sometimes, because it makes me feel like my words and feelings have zero interest or import, and he only wants me around to listen to him wax eloquent about the things in his life. It's very tiring. He's fun for playing games and just putzing around, going out to eat, etc., which is how we first became friends. But since we've all become bigger homebodies over the last couple years, we're forced to actually have conversations with him and it is not easy. People who say they know exactly who you are from your zodiac sign. Like, don't bother even trying to get to know anyone, Mayo. Can't stand that. Oh, you're a Pisces? Yeah, we're not gonna communicate well, and Virgo moon and Sagittarius is in Gatorade or something. It will never work because I am an asparagus. Body odor and having no manners. Like even a simple please and thank you. Smelling like you just went on a fishing trip with your 20-year-old dog and a gallon of expired milk. R/oddly specific. I might be projecting here. Power outage. He's out of line, but he's right. But when the power comes back on. Bringing up sex before you've even met in person. Relax, dude. It's a part of dating. I've noticed that the more I avoid the topic and the less interested in that aspect I seem, the more aggressively women pursue it. To quote Taylor Tomlinson, nothing is sexier than a guy respecting your boundaries. When women say I haven't met a man yet that can handle me as it pertains to the bedroom, or just in general, honestly, it's just one of those phrases that says I'm probably really rude and borderline abusive. My favorite. I'm not being rude. I'm just being honest. Nah, you're just a bitch then. Putting other people down to make themselves feel better about their shitty way of life. Bad breath. Desperately guzzles Tic Tac, said it. Seriously y'all, it's a joke. I brush my ding dong teeth. Edit 2. Honestly, I prefer the Coke Chomper comments. Chugged 16 family size bottles of Listerine. Edit. Typo. Someone mean to animals. Making politics or religion the centerpiece of your personality. I've found that folks who do this are incredibly boring people. It's almost like they use religion or politics as a substitute for a personality. I feel this way about Disney adults and people whose love language is quoting The Office. When she shits on my bed. How is the trial going, Mr. Depp? I don't like drama, which translates to I'm constantly embroiled in drama. Yeah, but they don't like it. Edit. Thanks for the silver. I don't like drama either. That's why I actively made an effort to get it out of my life. Non-stop talking. TLDR. Too long. Did not read. I was definitely turned off by their comment. People who chew with their mouth open. I see this more often in guys than I do girls, but it's gross all the same. Pardon my being a dong, but I've had long-term crushes destroyed when I get to see the guy eat and he eats like a horse. LMAO. When you're a woman and you act like a ducking slob, your friends will check you on it. Guys won't usually say anything. Also, the whole stereotype of women being cleaner than men has led to a lot of guys thinking being loud, crass and gross is masculine. I can't breathe through my nose due to a childhood accident. Not all of us can help it. Breathing, pulses, and signs of life. R/hole up. R/necrophilia. Gross feet. As a person with gross feet, I can confirm this is a deal breaker for men. What makes your feet gross? Cause for me, gross feet are flaky, unkept and long nails. The shape doesn't bother me much, nor do hobbit feet. Phone addiction. Flaking. Too worried about appearance. Phone addiction is huge. There are so many people who can't even watch a 25-minute TV show without checking their phone repeatedly, and not just like messages or whatever, but even when it is a show they like. They are so addicted that they just pull up Instagram or TikTok and start flipping through without even thinking about it. You wanna see my dong? At least he asked. Some dudes just duck in full send it. True, and that's even worse turn off. Smoking. Agree. If my electronics are smoking, I turn them off instantly. Talking about your ex too much. Flat earthers. It's impossible to rock their world. You can bullet though. When someone has a kink but won't respect your boundaries towards it. I used to have an FWB arrangement with a guy who revealed to me that he had a piss kink. I don't kink shame, but bodily fluids generally aren't my thing. He was very insistent about somehow incorporating it into our arrangement regardless of how many times I said no. Just stopped contact after that and haven't heard from him since. Ugh, this. I tried to at least understand it and asked him why he wanted to do it, what he got out of it. I'm open to trying something out there at least once to know that it isn't my thing, but I need to wrap my head around it somewhat. His answer? Because dogs piss on trees to mark their territory. Nope. Then in the shower he said I could piss on you right now and you wouldn't even know it. Why are some people such boundary pushing a-holes? Dishonesty. Not respecting personal space. I'd see how attractive you are or nice or smart. If you're so close I can smell your breath then it's a no. Same for chewing with an open mouth. Long ass uncut nails on guys. Distressed face vomiting. I don't know what it is. Something about that makes me gag. Don't know why but those really long nails on girls too. I'm not a giant fan, not so much a turn off. Rather a preference. Rejection. You're out. Me too. This is a legit turn off though. Like if someone says they aren't into me my brain just kinda adds a check to the list of people who don't like me and boom it's like I never liked them. Narcissism. The most boring people are the ones that want to make everything about themselves. They are also one of the most toxic relationships you can enter into. Lip injections. Fake lashes. Parking like a jerk. Telling someone no in the bedroom and they still force themselves on you anyway. Update: I was sexually assaulted Saturday night. I don't really know how to feel and I wish I could turn my emotions off. I said no multiple times and he did it anyway. My body hurts. I tried to tell the guy I felt weird about that night and he ghosted me yesterday. I finally took a shower after 2 days. Bro, that's a crime. Bro, that's straight up rape. Not being over an ex. Why are you with me if you haven't really moved on? Keeping me just in case. Waste of my ducking time, you selfish a-hole. Telling how alpha she is. Bonus points if they refer to people they deem inferior as beaters. Chewing with your mouth open. When you get 360 noscoped and you see him running up to you to teabag, knowing no one and nothing will stop him, so you pull the plug. Total dependence. I want someone who can stand on their own 2 feet with or without me. So no one in a wheelchair then? Acting like a bratty princess. I didn't want to watch Legally Blonde. Completely ducking random. I know. Because I thought it was some movie about a bratty princess becoming a lawyer. Then realized that the main character was actually smart and the whole point of the movie was that just because you like pink and are hot doesn't make you worth less as a person or worse at anything. Overall, nice message. Bad breath. Reddit's ideal partner. Breath as sterile as an ore. Non-smoking like teens in a Truth commercial. Tips wait staff 1000% of the bill. Teeth like Chip Skylark. Speaking poor about a stranger. For example, I went to the gym with someone. This individual made a couple of comments about a woman who was overweight but clearly trying her hardest to better herself, saying how they should give up. They are so fat. Just out of the blue, with myself responding by saying each time how inappropriate the comments were and then cutting them out of my life. Instant turn off. Creeper vibers. Pet names from stranger dudes hitting on me, like being called baby girl. Nauseated face. It makes me laugh and not take them seriously immediately. It never comes off as anything other than arrogance to me, like you haven't spoken to me at all ever. I'm not your baby girl, baby, honey. Negative attitude. Always complaining about something. Edit. I don't mind complaining. It can be fun to do, but if that's all a person has to offer all the time, it can be off-putting and depressing. Comfortably lie. Cheat on little things. I.e. cheat on Connect 4, board game, and lie about it. Instant red flag. If they can do this for the small things, you can imagine what this person can do for bigger problems. Being a jerk to employees, like waitstaff, retail workers, etc. Gaslighting and narcissistic behaviors. Use of the term females instead of women. Antlers. Women with antlers are just not my bag, but not for lack of trying on my part. 1% battery. Karen-like behavior. Unemployed for no good reason other than laziness. Constant arrogance. When they don't care about moving up in life for themselves, just trying to ride your ass for happiness, a home, and money. Complete opposite for me. I want someone who isn't overly ambitious and is fine with living a humble live, just earning enough to do what you love and live a decent life. Don't see a point in being ambitious when all it gets you is more money that you don't need or fame that probably does more bad than good. And I don't really care about seeing the world either, but to each their own, I guess. There surely is a fitting partner for both of us. Not liking Jurassic Park. People who don't know their limit, aka bad sloppy drunks. The only thing that puts me off is if they don't clean their dong. Whoa, you made it to the end? You're a ducking beast. I'll cut you a deal. Smash like and subscribe for more curated content, bruh. It's free and that's a great price.